Chapter 6. The Vengeance. The bells of the chapel had not rung in 7 days. Their silence hung over the village like fog, pressing against rooftops and bone. Smoke still seeped from the broken steeple, twisting into the sky like a signal the heavens refused to see. No one spoke Melissa's name aloud anymore. They called her the one who burned, the river's daughter, the sin that breathes. And those who dared cross the frozen stream after dark returned pale and trembling, their eyes wide as if they glimpsed something vast and terrible in the fog. Jonah did not return to the rectory. He no longer prayed and he no longer slept. He wandered the forest paths barefoot, the sigil on his cheek faintly glowing beneath the skin. Melissa walked beside him, no longer ghost nor flame, but something in between. Her steps left no mark in the snow, yet the trees bent toward her as she passed, whispering her name like a hymn. The church responded with fire. The bishop declared the village tainted and sent word to the city. Within days, soldiers arrived, torches in hand, relics around their necks, their faith sharpened into fear. They found Jonah and Melissa standing at the edge of the river, the water black and still beneath the moonlight. The bishop stepped forward, his voice steady but thin. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Your God does not come here, Melissa said softly. He raised his cross. Then we will bring him. At his signal, the soldiers advanced, swords gleaming with holy oil. Their chants coiled like snakes through the night, sharp and sibilant. The river held its breath. Jonah's hand brushed Melissa's. Her eyes met his, and in that moment he understood. They would not flee. They would rise. When the first soldier reached them, the river erupted. Water turned to smoke. The snow beneath their feet bled black. A wind roared through the forest, carrying voices, hundreds, thousands, each one crying her name. The soldiers screamed as their torches died, the light devoured by shadow. Melissa lifted her hand, and the trees bowed. The crucifixes the men wore began to twist, melting in the heat of an unseen fire. The bishop stumbled backward, clutching his chest as if his heart itself were burning. You made a pyre of the innocent, Melissa said, her voice echoing from everywhere at once. Now the flame is yours. Jonah stepped forward, his eyes as dark as hers. Let the righteous choke on their own prayers. The river surged, swallowing the bishop whole. The soldiers dropped their weapons, their armor glowing red from within. Some fell to their knees, begging forgiveness. Others simply burst into ash where they stood. When silence finally returned, the forest was gone. Only scorched earth remained, and the river, boiling, black, alive. Jonah turned to Melissa. It's over. She shook her head gently. No, the church is not a building. It lives in fear, in guilt, in every tongue that dares to speak his name. He looked to the horizon, where the first hints of dawn tried to pierce the smoke. Then what are we now? Her smile was both sorrow and triumph. We are the fire they cannot extinguish. She reached out her hand and he took it. The mark on his face flared once, bright as a dying star, before fading to nothing. Their bodies began to dissolve into ash and ember, merging with the smoke above the river. The air shimmered with heat as they rose, two silhouettes entwined, their outlines blurring into a single shape. Below, the last of the villagers watched from a distance, faces lit by the burning sky. One of them fell to his knees and whispered a prayer. Another dropped his rosary into the snow. A third stared in awe, whispering only one word: love. When the fire faded, the river was still again. In its depths, two reflections lingered where the water touched the sky, one of shadow, one of light, locked together forever. And when the wind passed through the charred trees, it carried her voice. Born a witch, bound to burn.